Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Boltyn Battles. This is episode 10. So, yay! Thanks for sticking by me for 10 episodes. This time we're going against an Oldhim again. It's kind of like a callback to episode 1. I always, as seen in episode 1, I go with Raidin into Oldhim, but because now I now have Spirit of Irina, I am trying to go Sabers into it and seeing how it works. So just a bit of background. What Spirit does is that it allows us to play Lumina at instant speed, right? So what that does is that it allows the Oldhim's Ice Reacts can no longer put our Lumina Ascension on top, as well as the Blizzards that they play no longer affect us because that causes our current attack to lose go again and can't gain go again. But Lumina Ascension now gives an action point because of Spirit. So yeah, that's what I'm running into Oldhim. I know this Oldhim actually in real life. He won a PTI with Oldhim, so I'm in for a rough ride. You can kind of tell that I also put CNCs inside, which is kind of a questionable decision considering they're Crown of Siege, right? But what a lot of people don't realize is that that's one of the reasons why I play it. It's because it pushes damage, and most people just ignore CNC because hey, it doesn't explode my arsenal. So here he Glacial Footsteps, I Halo of Illumination. One mistake I always make is I always do not leave a charge card in my hand at the end of turn, which always screws me over the next turn if I don't draw a charge card. So here I make sure that I have a Bolt of Courage in hand left. And I sing the route because you want to see the route after the combo, not before. So yep, I drew my Lumina here. There is no way I CNC here because I knew he revealed Blizzard to fuse with Glacial Footsteps, so I know Blizzard is in Arsenal. And I want to keep that there as much as possible because my plan here is not going to go wide. My plan here is just trying to cheat damage and set up with energy potions, finding my spirit and stuff like that. So here I'm going to go with Bolt of Courage. So because I know he has Blizzard in Arsenal, I want to try as much as possible to not let him use it. So I don't present any go again attacks. I don't do anything and so they are forced to play with dark card in Arsenal basically. So here, because of Boltyn's ability, he has to use his boots, which I'm completely fine with because I didn't intend to swing again anyways. And here our Arsenal sink below because I do know that I don't have my E-Pots yet, I don't have Spirit yet. Arsenaling a Lumina Ascension would leave me with a dart card in the arsenal either way. Here he E-strikes for 5, I sink below, and because it's too early and I've already drawn my 2 Luminas, I send one of them down. And then he Winter Wheels again, this time it's just for no-go again. So seeing that, I decide to, okay, I'm just going to keep my sink below in Arsenal because that's important when he does dominate the attacks. So I'm just going to block with Valiant Trust here. And then next turn I'm going to play E-Pot and then our Arsenal sink below. Keeping the Lumina in my hand in case I want to go off, in case I draw Spirit. But otherwise I'm just going to sink it with sink below because it's way too early. I haven't found my Spirit, and Spirit is the most important card in this matchup. So what the E-Pot does here is lets me play with a 4-card hand, meaning 3 card in Arsenal because E-Pot pays for the Gallantry gold. Actually, hang on. Yeah, that's only possible if I wasn't given a Frostbite the previous turn. There is a consideration where I keep the Halo of Illumination so that I can Halo on my opponent's turn to pop the Frostbite with E-Pot. That's another consideration to make because what the Frostbite forces you to do is it forces you to pitch, and that means you have to play a 5-card hand to be able to pitch. So here I keep the Take Flight because I want that for my turn after, so I'm not really concerned about that. like after the combo, I want to conserve my power cards, so I'm just pitching it to swing sabers. There is I'm always reliant on a Bolt of Courage, because the Bolt of Courage is very powerful on the combo turn, where it lets me draw a card to be able to either arsenal it or pitch it for Gallantry Gold, or to replace the card that I used to pitch for the Frostbite. So here he Spinal Crushes me. I look at my hand, I'm pretty happy with it. There's a Soul Shield. That wouldn't matter much. Yeah, there's a Soul Shield here, so I use it. Am I accounting for pummel? I guess I am. No, I am not, because guess what? His arsenal is still a Blizzard. Okay, but then again, he could use Tuning and pummel me. I am accounting for my... Let's say if he does pummel me, what am I doing, right? And I take it as, if he does pummel me, all I'm doing is all I'm gonna do is throw a Centauri Saber at him. And because it doesn't pummel me, I am just gonna CNC. And I know what CNC does. CNC removes the Blizzard from his arsenal, right? And that's a bad thing, because I wanted to keep it there as a dart card. But sooner or later, he's gonna send it away. And the value I see in CNC in this matchup is not because it disrupts the arsenal. This is bullcrap. He has Crown of Seeds. The value I see in Command and Conquer here is that most people, because they know they have no arsenal, they don't block. And I'm very happy. It licks me 5 damage. It just... I don't care about the on-hit effect here. All it does right now, it just presents itself as a on-hit effect, when all it does is deals 5 damage. And I'm perfectly happy about that. So here I see he pitches a Hypothermia and a Channel Lake Frigid Gun, which I'm... So I am keeping a count of what he has pitched, stuff like that. Blizzard has really gone to the bottom of the deck. Endless Winter is not fused. So, I look at my hand, right? Veil of the Vanguard I don't want to see. Take Flight Blue I don't want to see. Beacon of Victory is something I want to put in my arsenal. I'm almost heading there. It can help me find my spirit. So, I brought the Take Flight knowing full well that I can expect a pummel, because I have both the Soul Shield and the Sink Below in arsenal. And it's because I kept this Sink Below instead of blocking the Hammer a few turns back that I am able to block out the pummel and keep Beacon of Victory in arsenal. So the purpose of Beacon of Victory here is not only to help me find my Luminas, right? It is also now to help me find my Spirit, which is another crucial combo piece I have. It also shuffles my deck, meaning the 2 Luminas that I sink below is no longer going to be at the bottom. So here, Glacial Footsteps for that much, I don't really care, I block out. And then I'll play the E-Pot. Assuming he pummeled me that turn, it didn't matter anyway, because I couldn't block with E-Pot anyway. So I see this, I see a E-Strike for 7. I see a Glacial Footsteps here again for 10. I want to keep 2 cards to each right. But he gets me here with the pummel, I think. Yeah, he does. And it's not... Okay, it's bad. Pummels are always bad, right? But what am I supposed to do here? Block out everything and not threaten the East, right? Because I need to get him down to below 30. That's how my combo works, right? So, yeah, for those of you new to Boltyn, the normal combo, Double Lumina, does a 30 damage. So I want to get my opponent down to there, so they are forced to block. So it's okay, mediocre turn, I swing my Saber, he doesn't block. 31, I'm almost there, I see my Spirit. Hey, Imposing Visage, which is a questionable play, because he finds a Hypothermia, I think. And then he Winter's Will me. Okay, so here's where I made a misplay. I blocked with 6 blocks, right? I blocked with Engulfing Light and a Celestial Cataclysm. What I could have done was block with 1 card. Because this Winter's Veil is Frostbite activated, of course. I could have taken the Frostbite and 1 damage, pitch the Celestial Cataclysm to play Engulfing Light and Charge Spirit. All that does is that it loses me 1 life, but at the same time I get to keep a Celestial Cataclysm in my deck for my post-combo turn. So here I Engulfing Light for 2. My soul count, I'm already there with my soul because of Spirit of Irina. I don't need to have that many souls. Another consideration here is, of course, what if they play Hypothermia? And I'm like, if they play Hypothermia, then that's their turn, right? What else could they do during their turn? Unless they had a 5 go again, then fair enough. So here I see my Bolt of Courage, which I really, really love in comboing off with, because it really helps me arsenal a card or pay for my Gallantry Gold. I know here it doesn't matter because I have 2 E-Pods, but I do think that Bolt of Courage is one of the best combo enablers ever, and it's kind of underrated. So here Endless Winter isn't... it is fused, and he reveals a Channel Lake Frigid. Oh, yeah, a boo. Okay, so I know I can't do anything. I don't have any blues. Which means, yeah, I'm blocking out everything. But the thing what I'm considering here is, maybe I'll keep the Bolt of Courage, the red, just so that when my combo turn comes, I can use it. But another consideration that I don't think I considered here was the fact that he revealed a Channel Lake Frigid, which meant that he would probably play it next turn. So blocking with the last card could mean that I do not suffer to a pummel if he were to choose to pitch it to pummel in the arsenal. Do I know what his arsenal is? I don't really think so. I have seen 2 pummels already. One he pitched, the other he pummeled. So I'm not really concerned about pummels. Here Cold Snap comes in for... It's actually... he pitches Cold Snap, so Winter's Veil is actually very cold. I'm blocking out, and then I'm gonna Centauri Sabers for 2. Once again keeping my Bolt of Courage for when the Channel Lake goes away and for when I find my combo. I can't stress how important the last Arsenal card is. Because it really helps you to push so much damage after the combo. Okay, I find my second Lumina. He E-strikes me, which means I know that it isn't gonna be a Channel Lake Frigid anymore. Well, unless of course he pitches to Crown of Seed and then he pitches to Winter's Veil, then fine. But I know there isn't gonna be one anymore, so I don't really care. Here he CNCs me like, oh my gosh, why will you do that, right? Of course us Boltyn players hate CNC. So here, that's the main point I kept my armor all along. The armor is important because it allows you to block CNC with 1 card in hand. And here is where a Bolt of Courage really shines. Because once again, I'm starting off with a 3 card hand. And he can't ice react me because I just play Lumina at instant speed. And here, because of the Bolt of Courage pump, I'm checking whether he runs any defense reactions. He doesn't, which I don't think Oldhim runs defense reactions into you when you're Boltyn. He's just trying to race you down as fast as possible. So here, I take it back. I'm not supposed to play Lumina first. I am supposed to play a Bolt of Courage. I am gonna go and find my second Lumina. And I am checking to see what cards I have left in my deck. Give it go again. And then I'm gonna use the E-Pot here to crack Courage and Gallantry Go. And the E-Pot also pays for the Stalagmite, which is all the more important while you run E-Pods. So yeah, there is a heavy consideration to keeping the Halo of Illumination till you combo off. Because of the fact that if they give you a Frostbite in the previous turn, you need a 5 card hand to be able to pull off the combo with Gallantry Gold, because you still need to pitch to pay for the Gallantry Gold. Because you can't just use E-Pot with a Frostbite, you still have to pay for the Frostbite. So there is a consideration to keeping the Halo until you have an E-Pot around where you can just break the Frostbite on their turn. So here I play Luminas at instant speed, giving me 2 action points once again, and giving this go again will give me the third one, so I just need to keep swinging. Once again, Stellarmite doesn't bother me because I have 1 floating. Yeah, the Halo of Illumination is a pretty yeah, it's a play to actually consider because of the Frostbites. Once again, because you can pop the E-Pot in response to them giving you a Frostbite, and then break the Halo of Illumination to break said Frostbite. And that would just, you can charge away a card, you draw back the card, doesn't matter in your hand count, but it does get rid of the Frostbite. I'm not very sure that's a right play, but that's a interesting point of consideration, I guess. And I'm not very sure that's a right play because of the fact that they have Stellarmite. So you might still need to pay for the Frostbite anyways. All the more reason why you have you set up to for redundancies. Alright, here I'm actually considering whether I should just give go again, E-Pot and take flight just for the 4 to push damage. But I decided let's not be greedy. I don't really need to do that. And E-Pot is way better when I have a 5 card hand. So here he Thunderquakes me. I look at my hand, I see my Veil of the Vanguard, I see a energy portion. Route is very sus here. If it was a blue, I would try and block this out and then route. But oh no, it's not I don't have a blue in hand, so route wouldn't work here. So now all I'm thinking about is E-Pot, Veil of the Vanguard, charge Valiant Trust, followed by a Take Flight and a Sea Strike, I guess. And then I'll keep the route in Arsenal because of the I'll keep the route in Arsenal so that I might be able to pull it off with, like, if they block with 1 card and I bounce it back to their hand. So here he Stellarmites me, making it such that I can't play Take Flight, I think. Yeah, I can't play Take Flight. No, I have to pitch. So I give this go again. He Oldhims me. I have to send a card back. I will obviously send route back because I don't need that in Arsenal. I can just play that from hand. And now this turn I can either Sea Strike for 8 or I can swing Saber. And I choose to swing Saber because it becomes 3 or 5 or 3 or 5. And knowing Oldhim, he either has 2 blocks or he has attack actions. So 3 or 5 guarantees that he has to block with all cards in his hand. And that's good for me. And that's the game. Yeah, so with Oldhim, there are a lot of considerations. I find it difficult to articulate my thoughts very clearly when it comes to him. So the things you have to watch out for: Blizzards, which Spirit of Arena completely overrides; the Ice Reaction, which Spirit of Arena completely overrides. You need at least 1 E-Pot to make sure that you are able to pay for the Stagnamite. Yes, because if he blocks your initial attack, which is the Bolt of Courage or the Engulfing Light, then you create a Frostbite, right? You wouldn't be able to Beacon of Victory or Lumina Ascension without because the card that you draw with Bolt of Courage pays for the Frostbite. But when they do it before that, then you wouldn't be able to pay for it with the cards you have in hand. That's of course if they block with Stalagmite on the first attack, which most people don't because most people want to disrupt your combo itself. Fair, which is fair, very fair. What else? Hypothermia doesn't affect us because I mean, like if they play it, then they are taking it off turn. I don't mind taking it off turn, you know. Endless Winter, yeah, that's a pain. Endless Winter is something that disrupts you. CNCs are something that disrupts you. Crippling Crush, not Crippling, Spinal Crush is also another thing that disrupts you. So there are a lot of considerations whether to play Raidin or Sabers, but what I do know is that if the Oldhim knows that he can outrace you, then I don't think you should be playing Raidin. But if the Oldhim keeps blocking and when you have Raidin, you can always possibly leak damage. But yeah, I do require more testing into this matchup, so I think you guys would see more Oldhim matchups in the future. Once again, thanks for sticking around with me for 10 episodes. Here's to another 10 more. Thank you. Bye bye.